Welcome back to Blueprints. I'm Akinar, and this is day 60. And guys, it has been a stressful week. It has been a stressful week, and I am so glad to be here with you all, finally. Some of you might be aware from my YouTube posts and or Discord announcements, I had a job interview. And yeah, I had to prepare for that job interview. So last weekend, when I would have normally been recording Blueprints, I was furiously cramming for the big test. So yeah, I've been missing this game, and I've been looking forward to sitting down here today with you all. But as of this recording, the interview was yesterday, and I thought it went well. I thought it actually went okay. There was only one minor snafu that happened where when I turned on my computer, luckily I turned on my computer about a half an hour before the interview and not right before, but I have a little add-on that connects to my webcam, and I turn it on and it says webcam not found. And I swear to you, this thing, I've had this for 10 years. It has no problems. I never have issues with this thing. Literally never. I cannot remember one time where I've turned the dang computer on and it's not detecting the webcam. Today of all days, I'm thinking to myself as I'm having like a heart attack. Why today of all days my webcam decides not to work? So I switched it. I switched it with the mouse USB port. It still didn't work. I reset the computer. It still didn't work. I'm like, no, am I gonna have to tell them I don't have a webcam for this interview? Luckily, I tried a third USB port and it worked. So I almost died from a heart attack, but I did get my webcam working, and I thought that the interview went pretty well. We'll see how it goes, because even if this interview went well enough, they decide to proceed, there's gonna be more rounds after this. So this is only the beginning, but that was at least my ordeal for the week, and I'm so glad to now be playing some Blueprints once again. I appreciate y'all understanding the slight delay in uploads and gap in Blueprints content, but we're here on day 60, and it's time, I think, for us to pick black with the Royal Scepter. We're going to start with black because the game plan here is we have a foundation, which is awesome. Our foundation is back, and so getting blue tents on rank 8 should be a much simpler, or at least we're not going to have to spend so many resources going through the entire house to get to rank 8. That is hopefully the main advantage of having our foundation back. But I think I want to start, though, with the Royal Scepter on black, because I'm probably going to pick a tomb for the outer room, and then try to pick a Geist bedroom, just to get us a bunch of dice. Having all those dice is so valuable, and we've got the extra steps today from the sauna, so I mean, extra steps are just helpful. They are just helpful to us. And so we will take the tomb. The only deliberation I might have had is if a shelter had showed up. If we got a shelter here, I think I've been sleeping on the shelter a little bit, because not only does it give us a gem, not only does it block harmful red room downsides, but it lets us start an early experiment. I really like that option with the shelter. So, but the tomb, for stated reasons, it'll get us more gold, but really it gives us the dice from the Geist bedroom, assuming that we can get a Geist bedroom. I forget, I don't have to hold shift anymore. I can just run free like the blue prince, or is Simon a blue prince or a blue king? I think some of you in the comments were saying crown the king, but it I guess Banner of the King. We do have Banner of the King, but also the name of the game is Blue Prince. So but I guess who is the king that we're sitting under? Who would we be the prince underneath? There is no king right now. We're the guy, King Simon. It's just, he's so young, you know? He's so young. But, okay, let's start our draft process like we normally would. I think we'll start top of the entrance hall, is what I usually like to do. That's not the bedroom I wanted to see. Dang it. I don't necessarily want a coat check either, because there's nothing in there. Nothing in there. Would love to have a crown in there. We could just put the coat check here to get it back later on, but I think the smarter pick is just take the reading nook and get yourself start building the resources, right? Let's take the reading nook. We'll wait to get the key. Let's first draft over here, I guess. Yeah, let's draft this direction. Whoa. Damn it. They gave us an attic when I'm on 2 gems. Shit. We made the attic common, didn't we? And now all of a sudden it's the one day where we went in star debt. It's like, nope, I'm not going to show up then. I'll show up when you can't afford me. All right, I guess we're taking a den. Although conference room when you have a tomb ain't bad. But let's not have the game troll us anymore with an unaffordable attic, shall we? Let's take the den. We will probably not draft the top door from the den because we want to get the library from the reading nook. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what we get from the corner at least. It's so good to be back playing Blueprints. Man, I've missed this. I have missed this. Now, at some point, I'm going to want to change the scepter. This is the thing. Like, I would like to get, in addition to the tomb that we've got, I also want to get the treasure trove. Because really, a good way to go about this is get all your gold from the allowance, have your gold from a treasure trove, and then go to shops. Because now they let you change. I don't think this was like this. We just happened to get lucky that they patched this into the game right after we got the scepter. But the ability to change the scepter once per day is so cool. And being able to start with that early gold, just ginormous pile from the treasure trove, and then put your shops into play so you get your showroom right away. You get your commissary and your kitchen and and a locksmith, whatever you want, make your resources just a moot point for the rest of the day, and then go to the foundation and activate Banner of the King as blue. Start drafting your blue rooms. That's kind of the general flow that I want to aim for. So let's see if we can make that happen. Observatory versus break room. Observatory, I don't remember how many stars we have. We're in the 40s now, aren't we? It's probably a decent chance that we're going to get Diamondus Major. So I think, and we just obviously want to keep building our star count as well. So I'll risk going down a gem here, but we should get a gem back from the observatory. We're at 41 stars. It just put us at 41, right? Yeah. So we'll take those, whatever those rewards are right now. And I do see a Diamondus Major. Boom! And a Florealis, which is fine. Florealis could theoretically incentivize us to use green with our scepter. That could be an interesting thing to try. We haven't done an exclusive green room draft in some time. It's just so difficult, though, with the green rooms being so exclusive to the wings for the most part. So let's draft this observatory door. We do have 7 gems now. That's a spare master bedroom. Okay, I think I'll put this here, and we can build up steps to pick up later in the spare master bedroom. That seems fine. Let's do that. So our gem situation is good. Ooh, there is an item there. I stepped in the spare master bedroom. Okay. The item is dice, though, so that was worth the steps, because I did want dice. So I was going to try to do the trick where I like scoot up to the edge of the doorway, but it turns out in the case of the master bedroom, the border it happens sooner than other rooms, I think. I could be wrong about that, but we went over the edge. It's fine. So my min-max didn't get full maximal steps value out of the master bedroom, but that's fine. We'll just keep drafting in this direction then. And we have dice. And we now have even more dice. I'll happily dead end here because we have a foundation, right? And now we just fill out our base as much as we can, and then we go to the foundation. That's the name of the game. And then we have as many dice as we can possibly have to try. Now we overall are trying to get Blue Tent's memos that we haven't seen before, but the other big goal that I think is just implied. I don't even have to say it. You all know what the big goal is here. We're trying to get this thing. We'd like to get it on rank 8. That's really kind of the... If we can get this thing on rank 8, I really want to see what the blue tense memo in this room is. I was already thinking that. I don't know if I said it out loud, but it already, after the ascension to the throne of the blueprints, I already was like, oh my God, I want to see what that memo says. Somebody in the comments did nudge as well to say, hey, you might want to, this is one you might want to prioritize for the old memos. I'm with you. I agree. So we're going to try to make that happen. Do I go for a library from the reading nook? I think so. No reason not to, other than just like save a couple steps, but I'm going to go get the key from the reading nook anyways. So before I do that, I will draft over in this direction. And there's my treasure trove. Okay, cool. So now I can take the treasure trove, and here is where I'm going to take the treasure trove as opposed to the den, because my gem situation is decent. And now is when I will change the scepter. I'm going to go ahead and just change it to yellow right now. So now we will have shops hopefully showing up for us. And I think that means, well, we could potentially have a laundry room. So I don't want to grab every last bit of gold from the treasure trove. So it's only a question of which do I draft from the treasure trove or the reading nook. Let's go to the reading nook first, and we'll come back to the trove. No items. There usually aren't items in the reading nook. So let's see what we get offered. Okay, gift shop is fine, but not really needed here. We can just take the library, and this could give us the more rare shops, I suppose. I think I'm okay with that plan. And we do have some rerolls if we really want to try to aim for a particular shop. I really would like to get a showroom. I think that's the main one that I want. Either an ornate compass or the bracelet. Or a master key, honestly. Because those are just, like, they give you infinite... The gems and the keys, at least, give you infinite draftability in one particular regard in your resources. The showroom is uncommon. Does the library, rhetorical question still, but I have this idea that the library it's rare and unusual rooms. I said uncommon, I meant standard. I've been playing too much Slay the Spire. The showroom is standard, but the library I think would make that less likely to appear because it's going to increase unusual and rare rooms. So we could just, like, you know, even take a bedroom here, maybe. Just save the gift shop as, like, I don't know. It also just takes the gift shop out of the pool so I can just get to the other shops that I want to see. I don't know exactly what the correct pick is here. And it's probably one that's not worth thinking about too deeply. I think I will actually pass on the library. And I'll take the gift shop out of the pool so it's less competition for the other shops that we do want to see. I suppose also it lets me check to make sure I didn't miss Dirigiblocks getting added. One of these days, maybe. Okay. Den versus workshop. We could take the item here. I think I'd take the item. But at the same time, we have really no other items. There's no potential at the moment for crafting. So maybe the den is just the choice to give you more gems. What item would I really want? The fact that you can get a broken lever and a battery pretty often in the workshop is not amazing. I'd like a sledgehammer, but aren't we special ordering the sledgehammer in the commissary? It's probably better just for us to get the den, especially with shops now more common. Shops are going to cost us gems. Let's just take the den. We don't need to get the den on rank 8. We've done the blue tents memo here. No trunks in either of our dens. There's a commissary. Okay. Take it. And no gems, but they do give us running shoes, sleeping mask, sledgehammer, magnifying glass. We're at least taking these 3. Our step situation is going to be perfect today. Love having those running shoes when you've got the foundation, especially. So yeah. I guess it's 4 gold. We might as well just take it. You never know when you might need that magnifying glass. Especially if we do happen to make some progress into new territory. There's a possibility that we do the thing with the throne. And we unlock a mysterious blue-crested door. Is this door open? It is. And there is a shop, quote-unquote, with a starfish aquarium. But I could just take a corridor, and that gives me a guaranteed unlocked door. That's really actually what I'm more interested in. I don't want to spend my dice if I can help it here. And I'm not particularly interested in filling out a bunch of these middle ranks. So I don't really need the doors to the sides from the aquarium. Let's just go with the corridor, and this will give us another shot at one of our shops. Because ultimately, like I said before, we want to switch. Once we go to the foundation, that's when we want to switch the banner to blue. And prioritize the blue rooms on rank 8. Once we have, hopefully, something really good from the showroom. Okay, kitchen is a little less exciting. After we've already started with a sauna and now picked up sleeping mask plus running shoes. Observatory. I might just want to like guarantee we get the observatory to give us more resources, right? Observatory versus kitchen. The thing is, it takes the kitchen out of the pool. It's one less shop now competing with showroom. So it's a tricky one. And if you take the kitchen, you're just saying you really, really, really don't have to think about steps ever. I think the observatory, though, is better. We really want to guarantee these stars keep getting put into our... Getting our stars back in our constellations. We might not get a Diamondus Major here, but even just a minor to refund this single star. That's the shadow. I thought... for some reason, I thought there was like a broken lever next to this globe. It's a shadow. When has there ever been a broken lever in the observatory? Never. Ooh, Draxus the Dead, huh? Okay, the sale after we just bought everything from the commissary. Excellent. Clavis the Key is fine. Our apples are going to be extra, extra delicious when we do get some. Now, the question is, do I want Draxus the Dead? I do have a tomb. Let's quickly look at the rooms in... Let's go to my notes. And let's check the Blue Tents memo situation. And remind ourselves what rooms we're trying to get the memos from. Break room, gallery, room 8. Those are not dead ends. What else? What else here? Pantry and rumpus room are not dead ends. Study is a dead end. Library and Chamber of Mirrors. Oh, Chamber of Mirrors actually does count, doesn't it? Because it does say in the room directory, Chamber of Mirrors. It does count, I think, as a dead end. So that could be one, and also the study, and the study is just a good room. Although if you put it directly on rank 8 as your first room, you would kind of need to wait a little bit so that you don't close things off immediately coming out of the foundation. What else? Boiler room is not a dead end. Security's not a dead end. Sauna is, but we haven't yet drafted the pool. Freezer is a dead end. dining room is not. Like, you could say maybe we come back to this observatory and activate Draxus the Dead later on. Because we really, like, throne room. Throne room is not a dead end. So I think we hold off on Draxus. I think we wait. We have the steps potentially to come back and activate it later. So we'll think about that. This door is locked. I am not going to open that. This is where this leg of our expedition stops. And we head back to our treasure trove. And we're looking, I want a showroom. I may draft a laundry room, potentially. If I do, I mean, I think if I do get offered the laundry room next to the treasure trove, I think I would take it. Because it's such a convenient room to be able to, like, precisely measure out what amount of coins you want to swap for gems and keys, right? So let's draft first and see what we get. We do get to rotate floor plans here because we get a dovecote. That's kind of awesome because I will happily get a boudoir, which gets me a gem and dice. Okay. And steps because I have sleeping mask. That's kind of perfect. Thank you, dovecote. We have got the dovecote memo. Don't need to draft the dovecote on rank 8 anymore if we don't want to. Was Lady Epson actually a ballerina? Is that part of the deep lore that have I read that and forgotten it? Or maybe I haven't discovered it yet? Or was she just a fan of the ballet? Here I will take a chapel, so I have the doors in both directions? Question mark? I think so, because I do want multiple shots at shops here. And the little bit of gold that will drain from the chapel should be inconsequential. I'd much rather have the doors. Thank you very much. These pews. There's never gems or anything on the pews. It's the altars where people have offered their gems sometimes. But I feel like that the chapel is in a state of poverty these days. The economy hits everyone equally hard, including the not the nobility. What's the name of the papistry? Is that what it was called? The religious leadership? What am I rambling on about here? I have no idea. All I know is I'm not getting the shops offered that I was hoping. Where is I wouldn't get a showroom here, but laundry room? Isn't the laundry room supposed to be more common? Didn't I make it a standard? Hell, locksmith I would go for as well. I think if we got a locksmith... I mean, ultimately, I'm going to take the storeroom here. Just for more resources. At the same time, the break room is more keys. But I want the gem and the key, I think. I have 10 dice. I just really want to save them all for... I want to save them all for the foundation. I'll settle for just the storeroom. It's fine. It's a decent pickup. But where's my laundry room, man? I'm just gonna check, make sure I did make this standard. Showroom standard. And it's axed. Where? Scepter, do your thing. You're so... When the scepter is on blue, it does not screw around. But at the same time, there are way more blue rooms in the pool than there are shops. So, it's a numbers game. Still, though, this numbers game is not playing out the way that I wanted. What the heck's going on here? Break room versus parlor. The break room we have not got on rank 8. We should try to save it for that, right? Let's take the parlor. I do like having the healthy gems situation. I'm fine with that. And let's see if our parlor game remains as straightforward as it has been recently. The gems are in this box. The gems are in a box next to this box. The gems are in the blue box. Okay. So, let's see. Well, if this is true, then this is true. And then this would be false. But that means we have a contradiction. So this has to be false. The gems are not in the blue box. Which means this is also false. And that means this is true, which means they're in the black box. I'm so glad that these games have, it feels like, reverted back to a much easier, less, especially with my brain having been in rigorous interview prep mode. It needs a little bit of a, just take it easy on me with the logic situation in the parlor room. I'm okay with that. Ah, god damn it, the kitchen. Okay, fine. Fine. Fucking get out of here, man. I'm gonna have to take the kitchen. It is on sale, at least. We've got a sale in the kitchen. Tomato soup, though. And a wood-fired pizza? Okay. All right. Sale. I could wait for a silver spoon or something, theoretically. But at this rate, they're not going to give me a... They're not going to give me a stinking silver spoon. So... And our step situation is already so good, I don't even think we should buy a silver spoon. Probably not even a smart purchase. Ah! There's the room I've been looking for. Okay. Okay. Security, we also do want to get on rank 8. So let's not take security here, because now we can take a laundry room, and I think our situation is solved, right? Because we're not going to need... What's the most keys? We'll probably start by swapping coins for gems. That's probably the first step. And then we'll go back to... Yeah, let's just do this. Let's take the laundry room. That's what I was kind of hoping for. We go and we'll do a swap first. Gems for coins. And 40 whatever gems, 47 gems, should be more than enough for the rest of the day. Even if we pick up a study, gems are going to be good. Now, we go back to the trove, and we will actually open the trove. Spend our key first to open this, and then we'll go back and do a swap coins for keys. All right, what is this? Red memos in blue boxes are always true. This is an interesting note because of a couple things, I guess. Let's see here. So we've got a pink box with wavy lines. This is where we need to take a screenshot. And then another screenshot. It's a handwritten memo, but it's a green memo. But it's inside of a pink box, and I gotta remind myself what the rules are here with our pink box wavy lines. I don't think there's a rule for this, is there? Treasure trove. Pink boxes, pink moon boxes contain false memos. Ah, but green memos in pink boxes are always false. All right. Does that apply even if they're handwritten? The game is really trying to screw with us, it feels like. And it's not the first time it's done that. But we've known since, you know, like the beginning of the game, red memos, blue memos are true, red memos are false, unless they're handwritten. And that's where they're trying to do something. They're trying to, like, throw a curveball in here, I think. Because now you look at... So it's a pink box with a green memo, and that's supposed to be false, except now are we supposed to, like, apply the red memo handwritten rule and say, aha, but it's handwritten, so you should actually say it's true. Red memos and blue boxes are always true. Would that actually change anything significantly if we were to interpret red memos? Are there any... Okay, there are red memos that show up in the treasure trove. This one was in a white box. Red memo in a white box. A very important red memo in the white box because the true treasure of the trove being not in this room... Except it was really in that room. What other red memos? Red memo in a pink box. So far, no red memos. Another one in a white box. So far from what we've seen, at least in the treasure trove, red memos in blue boxes don't exist. Maybe we'll get one later. So I don't even know if this note is relevant. For all I know, the rest of the notes in... We've gotten the big... crucial bit of information that needed to be deciphered from the treasure trove notes. I think the rest of them here, maybe there's still something else big to find, but so far it hasn't occurred to me. It seems like a lot of... Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, maybe it just relates to like the reservoir where we've already opened all the boxes anyways and it doesn't matter. So let's pick up a little bit of gold here. And like 40 should be more than enough. We spend 10 of it to make the swap, and then we'll have like 32 keys, which is infinite keys. And then we can come back and pick up the rest of the gold for when we get a showroom, right? This is maybe even more gold than I should be swapping for keys, but we're just going to make it overkill so we can literally open every single door that we want. But we will have to open those doors from the foundation. Luckily, we have a foundation, and our draft can continue. But now we'll have those infinite... Yeah, I didn't even need to do... There's not even this many rooms left in the house, so I could have just picked up a few less coins, but that's fine. Keys for coins. Go. All right. Laundry room being very useful. Resources are online. And now we can, well, we must head straight for the foundation. Now, because we have such a good, I forgot. Let's get the rest of the gold from the trove. But now that we have such a good situation with resources, we can maybe even be a little bit greedy and draft. Like, there is an advantage to some extent. There is an advantage of drafting as many rooms outside of rank 8 as you can to take rooms out of the pool that you've already seen, so that the ones that you haven't drafted on rank 8 can be more easily gotten. But then at the same time, what if a throne shows up? What if I were to draft this door above the foundation and a throne room shows up right away? But instead, I decided to draft down to rank 6, and that's where my throne room appears. Of course, I'm going to take the throne room as soon as it appears, no matter what. The question is... I think I actually do it now. I was going to say, when do we... I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the steps from the sleeping mask. I think it's slightly steps positive for us here because we have the running shoes to save us some steps as we go back to grab these extras. Maybe it's a wash, but one way or the other, where was I at? The banner of the king. I think we want to make it blue just right now, because I could also go to pick up the gold in the tomb, but I don't think I'm going to need it. But if we get a showroom, it could come in handy. How many dead ends did we draft? 1, 2, 3. So, and we've got 4 from the tomb. So there's 20 gold in the tomb. That would let us buy a chronograph in addition to a ornate compass or an emerald bracelet. But we don't really need a chronograph right away. I think we can wait. I have like infinite steps. I should just go get the gold right now. What am I doing? I have tennis shoes, right? When we're outside, it's basically like you're stepping for free. Stop overthinking. I can't help myself, guys. It's the overthinking. It's overthinking TV over here. Akinar TV. I mean, overthinking TV. It's the name of the channel. This auto sprint though is very handy. I like it. I think we're gonna switch Banner of the King to blue. I think we do that. Because at this point now, I do want to get a throne room ASAP. Like I want a showroom, yes. But I'm also curious to see how the Banner of the King is going to overlap with the scepter. How's that gonna feel? I would think that it's going to feel kind of like what we had with the scepter being blue. We're just going to get... Because there's so many blue rooms in the pool. I think that's the ultimate story here. When you have so many rooms and you just make them that much more likely, they're just going to crowd everything else out. I will quickly just open... We may as well open the room 46. Just in case we don't get a throne room. Free steps. Tennis shoes are awesome. Okay, they're not always free, but they're basically, it's a pretty high percentage when you're out and about. Outside the house. Outside the castle now. House Holly. The House Holly Castle. What a cool... It really is. I've been saying it. I've been talking with some of y'all in the comments about how... Just how satisfying this whole arc has been getting to the throne room being ascended. Like, there's been so many... the seeds that they have planted along the way. The note in Her Ladyship's diary. The... true treasure of the trove memos inside of the treasure trove and having to figure those out to say, oh, you actually need to draft the treasure trove outside. And then the whole castle saga, trying to figure that thing out and piecing together Tor Lor Et 6 add 6. It really is, it may just be the most satisfying, oops, I'm going the wrong way. The most satisfying set of puzzles, or the overall sequence of puzzle solving that we've had in the entire game. For me, at least. It just has been, for lack of a better word, I keep saying it, just so satisfying. It's been amazing. Okay, before I forget, let's change the banner to blue. Or set the banner to blue. There it is. Let's see how this works. Banner plus scepter. Name a more iconic duo. And now our elevator faces a different way because our foundation faces a different way than it had before. And now it goes to rank 7. Holy shit. Okay, security door there. Nothing matters, right? Because we have infinite resources. So, let's draft. I am going to draft away from rank 8 first. We're still going to try to fill out the house as much as possible because it's fun to draft. Do not need a locksmith now. I think I just take a drafting studio, take another blue room out of the pool, and keep giving myself a door to keep drafting. When you have 47 gems, you can happily, you can luxuriously waste away your gems on a unusable draft studio. Have I ever tried clicking on this? I think I have. It gives you the little hand icon, but there's nothing there to do. Nothing to do. the kennel? Or do I take the rotunda here? We have now done all of these on rank 8, correct? So I just don't want... Oh, I did forget... Oh. Oh, the observatory. I did forget about that. We didn't have to go to the foundation. For some reason, I was thinking of the observatory as a dead end. We should totally take the rotunda here. Let's do that then. Because now we can connect back to the observatory if need be. If we want to actually... And I may... We'll see if I want to throw in Draxus of the Dead? Draxus of the Dead? Is that his name? It's Draxus the Dead. Draxus, our buddy. If I want to activate him at some point, we'll see if that happens. What I'm going to do is for the rotunda, we'll draft the door to the east. We'll draft the east wing door. Will I draft the east wing door? Will I draft the east wing door? Yeah, I will. Conference room. Another room we have got on rank 8, correct? So I wanted a T-shaped room one way or the other. I could just lock down the Starfish Aquarium, though. This would be another shop that's out of contention for shop space. And it also does count as a blue room, technically. And we want a star. Oh, it is a green room as well. It gets us gems, but that's kind of a minor consideration. It will just refund us a gem, most likely. I think the Starfish Aquarium I'm fine with. Like, the conference room does get the gold that we spread from the tomb. It's a close one. It's a close one. I'll settle for the... I'm going to take the shop out of the pool. I don't know exactly what the best pick there is, but we have made our choice. 2 gems for our trouble. And now I'm going to draft up this way. Yes? Yes. Because a showroom could appear here. And it does! Called it. I was kind of like it was in the process of showing up. It had just barely scraped the edge of my screen as I was uttering the word showroom. Boom. Okay. Perfect. Now I might take Draxus the Dead? Maybe? Let's see what's in the showroom. Let's see what's there. Don't really need a master key or an emerald bracelet, unfortunately. God damn it. I wanted the compass. Where has my ornate compass gone, guys? Did they nerf the offering rate for ornate compass? I feel like the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 times we've had the showroom, there has been no compass. It's hiding, man. So we definitely don't need a master key. I guess now we will take a silver spoon because we also don't really need an emerald bracelet. Unless we were to pick up a study. I don't really want tomorrow rooms just yet. But we could set things up here to where we get... Let's think about this here. Let me go back to my blue tents. Go back to my blue tents memos to remind myself again the tomorrow rooms. We did do the planetarium on rank 8. The clock tower we have done as well. Those are both dead ends and tomorrow rooms. It's the freezer that we haven't done, and the sauna. But we have yet to draft the pool. Like, we could set up a situation here where the freezer is pretty likely, but we'd want to do that at the very end. So I'm probably not going to activate... We still want to get the study. Chamber of Mirrors as well. It's interesting. Like, the Chamber of Mirrors... The Chamber of Mirrors could be an interesting one to put... right above the foundation. If you were to be able... If this showroom does give us access to rank 8... through whatever we draft here. I'm probably overthinking things a little bit, over anticipating what's going to happen, but how do we want this to play out? I do also have 10 dice. That's the other thing to keep in mind. Like, I don't have to do every single die reroll on rank 8. I want to. And that would probably be worth, you know, given a few tries at a throne room here. This would certainly be a perfect place for a throne room. Yeah, until we get a throne room, that's as much as I want to do all this stuff with freezer and dead end rooms, I do want to get a throne room. So let's not activate Draxus or anything else to compete with, like the chronograph, competing with the throne room just yet. But I will take a silver spoon, because why not? No chronograph, though. Even though the chronograph does let us rewind. I don't want to buff tomorrow rooms yet, though. Casino. I don't think that's interesting enough with my 66 gold. I don't think I need a spin when I've already got 10 dice. So I think we just settle for the drawing room, and that just gives us one additional reroll going into rank 8. Okay. Yeah, we'll take the drawing room and get our gem back, but I don't think I'm going to draft it yet. Oh, right. This goes to the back of the foundation. This is already active, so we don't have to fiddle with this. But that's a funny little coincidence. I think now I do draft to the left of the foundation. We're just... I'm thinking like I just save the rank 8 until I've cleared the draft pool a little bit more. I think that's the way to play this. It's tough. I'm not totally sure. Okay, I took a short break and I decided that we are going to take Draxus of the Dead. The thing that I realized, or that I had this idea of getting a throne room here above the drawing room. That would be great. But if that doesn't happen while we're re-rolling our drawing room re-roll and the dice, we could also get a study. A study is another good option that I would be happy to take there because that just gives us that many more re-rolls. So that let's take a shot at that, which is why activating Draxus of the Dead to give us a better chance at a study feels like an interesting way to go. So let's do it. Draxus online. Now the only thing we could think about maybe trying to take an attic or some other dead end that we've already... There's so many ways to overthink this. But getting an attic or a vault, because those are also likely to show up now. Taking those down here and taking those out of the pool could be an option. But because we have 10 dice, let's just head straight for... Let's not overthink this. Let's go straight back to the drawing room. And we're trying to go for a throne or a study. I'm not necessarily going to spend all 10 dice, because I might, you know, after 3 or 4 rolls, if we do get at least one... The other option is a blue room that we haven't drafted on rank 8 yet. We don't have to... We can take any of those options. There's a fallback position after trying to aim for throne room and or study. So let's see how it goes. This is why we take Draxus of the Dead. This is why we take it. Okay. Boom. Thank you, Draxus. So kind of you. Study on rank 8, folks. There it is. All right. With infinite gems and an apple to boot. The most delicious of apples. 16 steps. That is some apple value. God damn. Okay. Now, the fun part that we've been looking forward to. I always look forward to the part that I was getting constantly distracted during my interview prep, thinking about, man, guys, I really miss looking for blue memos on rank 8. I really miss trying to find where they have diabolically stashed these blue memos. It's my favorite part of the game, and I just cannot concentrate on the stuff that I really need to do, because all I can think about, I can't concentrate on actually cramming for an important interview, because all I can think about is finding, there it is, searching for the next memo on rank 8. All right, the chessboard in this room contains a portmanteau. I think that's how you say that. All right, folks. It is that time of the program here. Time for words with Aganar. That's not really a thing we do. I think I know what this means, but I have to look it up to be sure. I'm not totally sure. What is a portmanteau? Let's look at it here. It's a large. Oh, it's a couple things. It's a large leather suitcase that opens into 2 hinged compartments. But the one that I was thinking of, it's also a word formed by merging the sounds and meanings of 2 different words, as chortle from chuckle and snort. Or a word, or part of a word, that is analyzable as consisting of more than one morpheme without a clear boundary between them. What the hell does that mean? What's a morpheme? I gotta look up another word. A blend word. I think I know what they're talking about here, because the thing that we get with the chessboard in this room, screenshot, is we get date, right? Date, D8, date. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. The queen is, the chess piece is next to the safe, and there's a queen on date, right? I don't remember what the date was that cracked this safe. What would the study date have been? Was it actually D8? December 8th? Was it actually December 8th? Feel free to remind me if you want. Yeah. I don't think that helps us now. I feel like this memo is only here to help you open the chest. But who knows? When we have all of these blue memos collected, we might do like a special Blue Tents memo review video just to look all of them over, because maybe the full context of those memos will reveal to us. It will reveal what we are meant to find. Okay, so now where do we draft? We have so many rerolls. But we also have some dead ends that we want to take out of contention. So this is where I will go ahead and draft these 2 doors down here, because we could get like the vault or the attic, and I'll happily just stash those down here. Like I said, the vault or the attic or a closet. We've drafted the closet on rank 8, correct? I don't see why I would want to make items less likely unless I needed the steps from my sleeping mask, but I don't. So the thing is, I don't really need the coins from the vault. I guess I could take an emerald. I could take an emerald bracelet. Should I just do that? If I take a vault, I can definitely buy an emerald bracelet. And that's probably a smart move, because we now want to use gems on redraws. So the vault is actually reasonably good for us here. Not bad. I know how Draxus works, though. Drax, oh, it gets us a key. Awesome. We're so set, guys. We got a key from the vault. That is pretty funny, leaving a key out in the open in the vault. Okay, I don't think there's anything more to find in the vault. I don't think. I could be wrong. You never know with blueprints. But what we do is we go back and we buy... There was an emerald bracelet here. Was I was not mistaken about that. Okay, emerald bracelet. Still not buying a chronograph. I want to wait till the end. And then we'll start getting our tomorrow rooms. Wait until the end. Wait until the end. Right? So now we have a bracelet. And now I'll draft the other door. At the same time, I could leave this as another dead-end location for... whatever. I'm going to draft it now. I'm going to draft it now. Don't overthink it. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Maybe this is where we should just try to draft a throne room right here. This door right above the foundation. This is where we go with 10 dice. And now we have an emerald bracelet. The throne room is free. We can draft one room first, and then I think we'll go to try to draft the throne room up above. But we can do one here. It's just it could take another blue room out of the pool. That's the one thing I'm thinking, right? We want to do 8 blue rooms in a row. So the sooner we get a throne and then come back to draft our blue rooms. I'm going to wait. And maybe I should have waited to draft the vault as well. Whatever, it's fine. This gave us an emerald bracelet. Let's see if we can get a throne room. You could make the argument that it would be a good idea to have a chronograph, because a chronograph would let you fall back to, like, say you got some new room on rank 8 that you've not gotten before, but you still want to try for a throne room. But having that chronograph would let you rewind to your fallback position, but then you're also injecting tomorrow rooms where you don't necessarily want them. I'm going to just do it like this. I'm not going to get the chronograph. Let's just stop thinking and stop talking and more drafting. They gave us a clock tower anyways. Even with that said, these we've all seen on rank 8. I think it's actually better to use study gems first, right? Yeah, when you have 40 gems versus 10, and you can only do 8 gems at a time at any one door, you should spend your gems first. That's, I think, obviously the optimal order here, right? That's a chamber of mirrors, but because of how we position things, it's not in a good position to actually open the chamber. We'd have to get it probably over here on the left-hand side somewhere. The library is one that we have not yet got at rank 8. It would close off the rest of rank 9 up here. We would lose a shot at a conservatory. Am I that interested to find out what's in the library? I want a throne room. We can get a library potentially in one of these other slots. I want to get a throne room before I get my other blue rooms. That's what we're here for. The classroom is another one we haven't got yet, as well as the dining room. We want to get a throne room. And we have so many rerolls. I know it's a rare. So that's the thing, is it even with 16 rerolls, we've done this before, common rooms sometimes don't even show up. There's still a lot of rooms left in the draft pool. But you have to play the game. You play, I didn't even do the line right. You play to win the game. I don't even remember what I'm referencing. What movie is that from? We got it. Throne. It's not pointing the right way, but there is no way in hell that I am not taking the throne here. So what if it cuts off the rest of rank 9 up here? Give me that throne. Rank 8 throne room. And it was free, no less. Nah, free. You had to get a vault, and you had to spend gold on a bracelet. But it's fine. It's fine. It does... Well, we've already opened room 46. I forgot about that momentarily. It opens room 46. Oh, it's already open. All right. Blue memo time. Which one of you stinkers is guarding my blue memo, right? It's with one of the guards, isn't it? It could be behind the throne. That's another likely spot, but I have a feeling that it's one of these knights that's going to be guarding the blue throne memo. But there could be so many places in this room. God, it looks gorgeous. It looks great in blue. It looks so fantastic. Does this blue flavored throne room. For a moment, I thought that this was the blue memo. I thought, wow, they really took it easy on us. Just left it on the table here. And then I remembered, oh wait, we had a Morajai box that I completely opted out of taking the allowance token from. Like, no, I'm too rich. I'm a king. I couldn't care less to pick up my paltry allowance token. All right now. Okay. All right. We gotta like zoom out the brain here. Figure out, what am I overlooking? What am I... Why does this happen to me? It's because they've hidden it. That's why. It's... Okay. They haven't hidden it. They have not hidden it that. They have not hidden it that deeply. The family core is kept in the family vault? Huh? The family vault? This fortified strong room holds a good portion of the Sinclair fortune, despite the fact that several inventories have led accountants to assume the true legacy is hidden elsewhere. It says the family vault. The family vault. The flavor text here seems to indicate that this is not. The true legacy is hidden elsewhere. This is not the family vault. What is the family vault? Turns out the oft-rumored treasure of Mount Holly was more than just a rumor. This is not it. Is it the treasure trove? The tomb. This is the family crypt. But it does say the true Sinclair legacy lies here, resting underneath the stones. A parade of distant relations and forgotten ancestors. The family core is kept in the family vault. Family vault, though, not the family crypt. I'm suddenly diving into decrypting mysterious note mode. I feel like it's talking about one of the rooms on our estate. Maybe there's some, like, we haven't gotten behind that blue door yet. Could the family vault be there? I should probably not spend a bunch of brain power trying to figure out what's the family vault when there's actually just a door that we know that we haven't been behind. There's a blue crested door that we haven't been behind, and now we can try to draft blue rooms. And we have so many rerolls to draft blue rooms from. So let's do it. Let's make it happen. The question is, what blue rooms and where? Do I, like, if I would like to draft a Chamber of Mirrors. If I were to draft a Chamber of Mirrors, this would be a pretty decent spot for it. Because theoretically, you could get to multiple sides of that chamber. So let's think about the blue rooms that we haven't drafted. I've gone to this list several times now. But let's see. We have the gallery, but that's a rare room. I'm thinking to myself, what blue rooms would get me from the throne room if I were to draft this door directly to rank 8? I'd want to have a door. I'd want to have a door across to this door to be able to draft the Chamber of Mirrors from there. So I could get like a dining room here. There's actually probably a few of these, right? There's a few rooms that would work. Break room would not be one of them. The elbow room wouldn't work. I would have to draft from below, from rank 7, and elbow the break room over. The rumpus room is one, but when does the rumpus room show up? It could. It's possible. We've done the study now. The library is another elbow. The boiler room, that's true. Boiler room, oh, security. The dining room, we mentioned already. I think there are enough options here. Yeah, but the classroom is another one that's an elbow. It feels like we kind of have like an equal division of elbows versus straight through rooms. So maybe I shouldn't overthink this too badly, and I should just draft from this door. Just draft here and see what we get. We have so many rerolls. It probably doesn't even matter. Classroom. But it's not really going where I want it to. I'm going to reroll here. I also don't have like a gut instinct that, oh, I really want to see the note in the classroom. It just, maybe it's the most crucial note in the game. I don't know. But we'll get there eventually. This is a redraw. We have, we've not done all these. The break room is one we haven't done. It just makes this idea that I have with the Chamber of Mirrors, it wouldn't be impossible still. Because now, if, let's say we take the break room, and then we eventually get around to here, and we do draft Chamber of Mirrors at this location, I think we could still make it around to the doors on the left and the top of the chamber, and that would be enough to open things up. So maybe we settle for the break room? It is a common room, though. The thing about the break room is that we could probably just on any old day get like a key or two from down here and just go to the foundation and draft this door into rank 8, right? Maybe it's locked, or maybe we need a security door, but maybe we need to, as long as we can open that door, it shouldn't be too exceedingly difficult to come up with a break room. So I think I redraw. Because today we've got Draxus of the Dead. And we have a bunch of redraws as well. So many redraws. Let's get the rarer rooms. Let's try to go for those. And we'll settle for the more common rooms if we have to. Now, with that said, I can't freeze my assets right now. I have no furnace or sauna to unfreeze them. I can't do that. I want to get this, but not yet. Too soon. Too soon. Yeah, no, it's too soon. We got to keep re-rolling. And we've done the conference room already. The conference room does give me the door over to where I would want to draft the chamber, but I feel like we can do better. We've got redraws. I'm getting greedy, guys. Greedy. Okay. Okay. I think this is just as good, isn't it? Let's just confirm this But I don't think we need the right-handed door to fully open this up. Let's make sure of it here. Let's go to our floor plan notes for the chamber. And I think I took enough screenshots to figure this out. We know that the first button opens the door on the far side, and we would have access to that door if we drafted the chamber here. So that's good. What about, and we're calling, so we call the entrance 6 o'clock. And then, so that opens the window across directly at 12 o'clock. Then we wouldn't have access to the 3 o'clock door, but that really doesn't get us anywhere. I think we had tried this before, and it only opens the window that's like right next to the 6 o'clock door, the 7 o'clock. So what we really want is to get over to the 9 o'clock door, and that opens 5 o'clock? Well, one way or the other, well, if it opens 5 o'clock, that means that 4:30 opens to... Yeah, I think this starts to open things up sufficiently. Assuming I'm not getting mixed up here. Hold on, let me make sure about this. So 9 o'clock opens 5 o'clock. That's the one that's directly to the right of the first door that you come in from. Where you draft the chamber mirrors, that's 6 o'clock. So now you've got the glass open to the right of that door. And now that would make the switch, the way I marked these, that switch is at the 4:30 position. 4:30-ish. It's probably more like 4:15, but who's keeping track of these things? It opens the one that is up here at 2 o'clock. Now, I actually can't get to that door, can I? Or that switch. I cannot get to that switch because this is up against the antechamber. This is the 3 o'clock door that would be blocked by the antechamber. Are we still not able to fully open this thing? We would have access to the middle switch. We've opened that window directly across. And so once you get around to that other side, we would have access to the middle switch, but that just takes us up to the top, doesn't it? That doesn't actually let us necessarily open the whole room. But at the same time, I don't know for sure where this memo is. For all I know, it's a mirrored memo, and it actually appears in all 4 of these little side rooms, and all you have to do is get to one of them. So you know what? We're just going to do it. We're just going to take the shot. You miss 100% of the shots that you never take. So until we know for sure where this stupid note is, we should just take the chamber here and stop trying to like over-plan and over-execute until you've actually just tried. Just try and see what happens. It also happens to be a blue room. Number 1. Okay, let's take a look. There's fruit here. Okay. Oranges are fine. We would probably have been totally fine on steps no matter what. But I'm fine with that. We don't need other resources right now. As suspected, there is no blue memo in this little opening chamber. I don't think we've ever actually checked to be sure, but yeah, I would have been shocked if that were the case. Now, can I see a blue memo from anywhere from this vantage point? It's possible that the blue memo is actually stashed up top. This is going to, this could very much be the worst of them all. I could see this room being an absolute nightmare trying to find this. Okay, I'm not having any luck. I don't see a blue memo from here. So we're going to go around and continue our draft. But now we want to draft the doors to the sides of this, obviously. But we also want to continue to draft blue rooms. So let's try to make that a reality. We at the very least have to draft more doors. Otherwise, I think this is now literally our last door in the... It's not the last door. I take that back. We have the door below the rotunda. But hopefully we can stash a tomorrow room there. Yeah. But we have rerolls. That's the most important part. Okay, the reading nook is not good enough here. None of these rooms are particularly good enough for what I want to do. So we are rerolling. None of these are good enough for what I want to do. Let's reroll. Like, the straight-through room I might have to settle for, but I want, if I can help it, a room that... A three-way room. This might be too much to ask for. Without the Southern Cross in effect. When Draxus is here, this might be too much to ask for. Having a three-way room that's going to point to this door next to the chamber and give us a door to keep drafting. It might be too much. We still have a lot of gems, so let's keep spending. The courtyard is a room, but it would reset our blue room count. But it's still early enough where we could still get 8 blue rooms in a row. And our blue banner, we should have 8 blue rooms left. I don't think we're going to run out of blue rooms to draft. Also, we've drafted a chamber, I just realized. We have drafted a chamber, which means we can now do second copies of everything. Oh god. We're definitely not going to run out of blue rooms. What we might have to compete with are duplicates of other rooms that we don't want to see, other colors. Now that shops have been reintroduced. That's so funny. I think I am... Oh god. I'm going to reset the blue count here and just take the courtyard, because I feel like it, even with the duplicate rooms, even with that, it might still be too, at least based on the first few rolls that we had there, trying to get a three-way room that both points to the chamber and gives you another door to keep drafting. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to take the courtyard, and this also does give us a bunch of gems because of Florealis. So the courtyard is not bad just to give us more rerolls, and it's early enough where resetting the blue room count is fine. Let's do it. Get a metal detector. Not necessary, but happily we'll take it. And still no shovel, but we can hit the switch here, which does... Oh, it does open up that switch, but we said that that switch opens one of these. Actually, maybe that's okay, because then we might still be able to open the whole chamber, and I just wasn't following the full logic. Because we're going to be getting oranges, we can afford to go just straight back to the chamber over here and grab this orange. And it also gives us the opportunity to explore... Aha! Aha! I can't quite step over there, but I can zoom in on one of the memos. If an item... Whoa, what the hell? If an item would be spread into the Chamber of Mirrors... Oh, 4 of those items are spread instead. Oh, that's kind of a fun little interaction I hadn't thought of. It makes sense once they've actually spelled it out for you, but I don't think we had ever had... Maybe it's happened and I haven't noticed it. But spreading an item to the chamber means you get 4 items in the chamber. How much do you want to bet there's going to be 4 of these memos? That kind of was my suspicion. Like, if we were to find a memo here in one of these corners, then I feel like it's for certain that we're going to find that same memo. Like, maybe I can even see it from here. It's just conveniently, if it is hidden over there, it's behind the finger holding the hat. But yeah, we'll see if we get to open the rest of the chamber or not. But we have the main objective has been accomplished, I think. Presuming that there are not more memos in here that might be different, but it's a chamber of mirrors. Why would they be different? Mirrors. Maybe they're backwards notes. Maybe they're backwards notes, and when you actually read them backwards, you summon Draxus from the dead. That's what you do. Okay, so we have to go this way. And now we will attempt to put a blue room streak together. Now is when we need to do it. Okay, man, I do want to draft the break room. Now I can draft duplicates. This is the thing. I can take the break room in this spot, and I could still draft a break room on rank 8 because we have the Chamber of Mirrors. I hadn't even thought about the potential that this introduces into your hunt for blue memos. But I will obviously, maybe not obviously, but because of the Chamber of Mirrors giving us that opportunity still at a break room on rank 8, I will, in this case, settle for making sure I get a door that lets me continue my draft. And it starts a new blue streak. And we get to play, well, we can play the math game. That's fine. Maybe it'll give us a silver key or a prism key. Have we got a prism key before from this thing? Quick hydrate. Ooh, one thing I have noticed is my voice, with all the interview prep that I've been doing, rehearsing answers out loud and performing mock interviews with people like my brothers. My voice is getting a workout, guys. So I can already feel it a little bit, into our episode here. I'm hanging in there. I'll be fine. But the wear and tear on the vocal cords has been a little bit higher than average. So anyway, 4 minus, no, not 4 minus, it's 4 times 2 is 8. Let's get back into math sequencing here. 20 minus 10 is 10, times 2 is 20. Oh my god, there's so many additions. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 3 is 10, minus 7 is 3, divided by 1 is 3. Wow, they took it really easy on us there. Oh, look at that, a secret garden key. Except I can't use this until I've actually accomplished my blue streak here. All right, well, we'll see if that ever does get used today. We will find out. But now we need 8 blue rooms. That's what we need. But we have a Chamber of Mirrors. This should happen. This should happen. Oh, we can get more stars. I do kind of want more doors right now, though. That's the thing. I kind of want this second drawing room just to give me maximal doors. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I might leave myself. Yeah, we'll take the drawing room, and it gives us a gem back as well. And now, one of the things I can do, I could potentially, I mean, let's just keep the blue streak going no matter what. That's the thing that has to happen here. It's just, we've got rerolls. This is the situation we're in. We've given ourselves a study. We've given ourselves 10 dice. We have rerolls to make sure that we can continue the streak and have the doors that we need to keep the draft going. Don't overthink it. We might get a duplicate aquarium here. The Chamber of Mirrors is also actually really helping, I think, to give us so many more options to do things the way we want. My only consideration is at some point, I want to go back and get a chronograph and just min-max the hell out of this and get tomorrow rooms for tomorrow. But we'll cross that bridge eventually. Right now, doors up here to draft the rest of rank 8. That's the important part. Not a special key, because I don't want to reset my streak. Okay. Okay. A trophy room is a hell of a lot more redraws. And we've already drafted it on rank 8. Seems like a good idea to me. Don't need the keys from the garage. I want the doors. I already have a door down from the drawing room to continue the draft in that direction. So that's what I'll do is I'll take the trophy room. I'll take the trophy room. It's so cool when you have so many resources like this. It's such a nice luxury. The Starfish Aquarium should count, correct? This should not reset the count. I don't see why this would reset the count. It doesn't say... It just says draft 8 blue rooms in a row, correct? The next time you draft 8 blueprints in a row, the Starfish Aquarium counts as a blueprint. It's every color of room. It's not blue. It is blue. So we can take this. And it lets us continue drafting this way. And it gets us a star. 4. Gives us a gem as well. More rerolls. If needed. So far, not needed. Man, this star count's looking pretty good again. Looking pretty good. Okay, I will take the observatory. And then I will take my resources. Double Draxus the Dead. Do I take a Southern Cross? Twin trunks we may or may not go back for. More farm. The most delicious farmer's apples you can ever think of. I don't know if Draxus stacks. I don't think it does, but I'm not going to try. What I am going to just briefly think about is, do I want a Southern Cross? Does that make a difference at all? Does it make a difference at all? It does. Because now it puts... I don't want to bring the archives or the weight room passageway. I don't want to bring all these rooms into play when I go to draft this room here in rank 8. Until we lock down 8 blue rooms in a row, no Southern Cross nonsense. None of that. Get out of here. So what I will do is I will not draft this door because I am such a greedy mofo that I want to save this to be a tomorrow room. So we'll come back to that. And maybe it'll be a freezer, but if I get a freezer up here, depends on where we're at in the draft. But I'm going to leave this for now. It's interesting with the freezer because we do have an emerald bracelet. So it doesn't limit our draft options as much as you might think, because you still have 10 dice. You would lose all your study rerolls, but you would have 10 dice and you could still freely afford any room. So a freezer's not even that bad of a drawback, to be honest. But I would want to get it on rank 8 because I did forget to mention, somebody in the comments, my buddy Sparky, did give me a little reassurance, which I think I asked for. The freezer note, you don't have to unfreeze it. You don't have to thaw out with the furnace to find the blue note. I just didn't find it before because I wasn't looking hard enough. Who knows? Maybe I was looking hard enough and I still just... It's my nature. I don't find these things. Oh my God, my God, my God, my God. I'm so glad to be playing Blueprints today. This draft is just a blast so far. And it feels like we're closing in. We're closing in on our ultimate goal. We're 3 away. It's going to happen. Just don't use us. Do not go for a secret garden. Whatever you do, man, don't do it. A den. Perfect. We've done the den on rank 8. This gives us multiple doors. This is perfect. Beautiful. Even more rerolls. We're so close. So close. Oh, special key? Oh yeah, because it lets you potentially use the secret garden anywhere, but even places you can't use it. For a second I was like, prism key? Do we pick up a prism key? Although the prism key wouldn't help because it doesn't work on blue doors. I'm getting distracted. Keep focused. Oh my god, another trophy room. Sure, why not? I don't think we're going to be able to use all these rerolls at this point. We don't have that many doors left. The secret garden is marginally useful to us if we... It can open the antechamber, right? So if I can complete this streak and then get a secret garden, maybe I would do that. Or maybe I would do it below the observatory so I could still draft a blue room up above the den. Okay, I'm overthinking things. I think the important key here is I'm going to take a trophy room. Because it points up into... Yeah, just take a trophy room. It's fine. It's number 7. And now you could take a break room. You don't have to get a one that points to the Chamber of Mirrors necessarily. You've seen the memo in the chamber. If we can open this fully, great. But if not, I would settle for like a gallery, right? If we can get a rarer room that doesn't happen, a gallery would be actually awesome because then we could still draft the door maybe here at rank 8 to get room 8. So we want to get a rare room if we can help it. If we also can get a door that points to the Chamber of Mirrors, then so be it. But we also want to get a blue room because it'll be number 8. I think that's going to happen, guys. I'm going to have to make some serious dingus misclicks for that not to happen at this point. I think we'll get there. All right, now these we've all seen on rank 8, so let's spend a gem. We have seen all of these on rank 8. Let's spend a gem. Security, we have not seen on rank 8. This is perfect. Okay. Security. I kind of do want to take security because even though it's not a rare room, it is one that you would like to take ASAP when you can and start experiments. This is actually our first chance to start an experiment the whole day. So I guess we might as well get that going. I think we're going to settle for security, right? I think so. I did say that I wanted to, like, if I could get a gallery right here and now, that would be awesome. And I still have a ton of rerolls. Is there ever a world where I'm going to be so greedy to keep going and not just settle for security? Security is common. It's like the break room. You've got this ability from the foundation, at the very least, assuming you have a key, because it's probably going to be a locked door going into rank 8 from the foundation. But if you have that ability to open that door, you're guaranteed at least one blue room each day, theoretically. You'd probably need rerolls for some of them still, but a common room like security, you would need a lot less rerolls, if any. So, man, when I have 58 gems, I kind of want to do a little better than a commonplace room. And we only have a couple rooms left to draft in the house anyways. I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I could get so punished. But I think I've reasoned myself out. I want to do a little better. I might get seriously punished here. I've seen these before. I have seen these before. I've seen a wine cellar before. We still got a ton of rerolls. We still have a ton. There's a break room. Okay. How do I settle? Now do I settle? The thing is, I'm just going to be so sad if I get a gallery above the den. And then I have nowhere left on rank 8 to put my key to room 8. We're down to 11 rerolls, right? 11 rerolls. That's a lot of rerolls. And we still have a dining room to pick up. That's one we have not seen on rank 8 yet. And the other rare rooms that... There's still the classroom. The classroom is one. I just don't have any buffs that make the gallery more likely, right? I don't have a solarium. So the chances of a gallery in 11 rerolls is probably not insanely good. I just have so many resources. That's the thing, right? Like, I want to spend these 55 gems. At the same time, if we get ourselves a freezer, then those 55 gems are not going to waste. So I don't know. I do not know what I want to do. Maybe I just take the break room here. Maybe I just take it. I am going to redraw. I'm going to try to do better. Mechanarium and pool, we have both done. We have both done these. The pool would put the sauna in play, but it also puts the locker room and the pump room in play, and we've done those as well. The laboratory we've done. Oh, things are getting a little bit Monka-S, as some might say. Ever so slight Monka-S, but we made it. We made it. Okay. We actually get two choices here. I think the boiler room is the one that makes more sense, right? Because the boiler room is unusual. We used to have like a standard boiler room with our wrench, but now the boiler room is much harder to come by. The dining room is a little bit easier, I think. So we take the boiler room. This is rare enough, and it does point to the chamber, and yeah, this is good. This is good, I think. I think. We definitely take the boiler room. And that gives us 8 rooms. 8 blue rooms in a row. Seal unlocked. I hate how this is bugged. I have to go this way, but we've done it. We've unlocked all blue sealed doors. Are there really going to be more than one? Are there going to be more than one of those doors? Rhetorical question. Okay, I'm excited to check that out soon. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves first, though, by actually finding the stinking blue note that we somehow passed on by the first time. Where, oh where will they have hidden this? And I just completely overlooked it. It's a tough room, honestly, to kind of look for a blue memo in, because it's, at least for me, there's just so many different, there's so many textures for a game like Blueprints that's kind of minimalistic in its art style, I guess. This one there's a lot going on in this room, relatively speaking. So I could understand not finding the memo in this room, at least not right away. But now I am a little bit more acquainted with the tricks. The tricks of the trade. A little more acquainted. Will I be? Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be... It's like right there in the open. It's the easiest note of literally every room to find. It's, okay, not literally, but you know what I mean. Oh my god. Oh, I think we figured this. I think we know what this is talking about. The high pressure condenser box is connected to not one, but 2 remote power boxes. I think we know exactly what this note's talking about, because now it's in the tunnel. It's in the tunnel. But it's permanently opened. It's been opened and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So there we go. And we now have not just an HPC door open, but a blue seal door open as well. Excited about checking that out. So excited. Now, I'm getting turned around here. The door that I want to go to is the door that points to the Chamber of Mirrors. That's where I'm trying to go here. Oh, I'm a dingus. This switch, I forgot to see which doors this switch opens. It opens both of these doors, these panes of glass. It opens both of these. You can totally open up the chamber. And sure enough, well, I have to stand in the right spot, apparently. What? What? Why can I not reach this note? Hello? Why is it not letting me pick up this note? Can I pick this one up? There are multiple notes, as suspected. I guess that one over there is bugged. But it's the same note, because it's the Chamber of Mirrors. As suspected. It's a little weird you can't reach this one. Somebody submit a bug report. Okay, let's at least check to see what our duplicate blueprint is. And see whether that's something we want to add. Actually, there's 2 sets of duplicate blueprints, aren't there? Isn't that the way this works again? Oh, the parlor, huh? It's not a bad duplicate to have, because that's more gems. That's not bad. An extra parlor is a-okay. They're also giving you a duplicate dining room. Useful if you are doing a fireplace room draft. Also actually, the fireplace room option gets buffed twice, because parlor also has a fireplace. Should we add both of these? There are days where our step count is a little bit sus. Duplicate dining room might not be bad. I don't think we're gonna need whatever the resources are here, but pick it up anyways. I guess I can't get to that one because it's blocked off. If it's just coins, I don't care that much about it. I've definitely regretted picking up the duplicate closet, but I have a feeling I'm not gonna regret a duplicate parlor. It's gems. You're pretty much never sad to see gems. It is one more blue room that blocks out gallery, right? It's the one consideration here that when you're trying to go for these rare blue rooms, you're gonna need probably a solarium. That's the answer. Get a solarium, and that's how you get your gallery. Okay, I'm going to take the parlor. The fact that it's permanent is a bit scary. I wish the conservatory would let you take out the ones that you've added from the Chamber of Mirrors. But okay, I'm gonna do parlor. And maybe I'll do dining room as well. It is a T-shaped room. A duplicate T-shaped room is feels a lot less constricting than a duplicate dead end like the closet. Because this at least gets you doors. I'll take it. Okay, cool. And it makes it that much more likely that we'll get the dining room on rank 8. Now, yo, what's going on with my cursor? Why is my cursor black? Is that just a bug? My little the King Simon blinking cursor here to let us know where we are on the map. It's black for some reason. That's got to be a bug, right? It was just a bug, okay. Because we were in the ceiling. The ceiling. We were in the upper portion of the Chamber of Mirrors. That must have been it. Okay, now, if I am to have a chance at a gallery, then I need to draft from below. We need to draft from the den if a gallery is going to happen. I'm just going to peek one more time at my list of blue rooms. We've done this several times today, but it's just that the one downside of drafting below, if I go for... It's the only straight through room left Is that true? Out of the ones that we've now done study, we've now done Chamber of Mirrors. The Rumpus Room is a straight through room that I haven't done yet, but it's so hard to get the Rumpus Room. That thing is just a wild child. I think the gallery is the only straight through room that I could theoretically get. Straight through blue room that I could theoretically get on rank 8 today. So I should probably just try to draft from the boiler room and settle for an elbow like the break room or a T-shaped room like the dining room. We've done our streak, permanently unlock seal doors, so we don't have to worry anymore about keeping that streak alive. So now that that's done, I think I just want to make sure I get like a conservatory, right? What I'll do first, now that we've done our streak, let's at least see, we've got so many steps, let's at least see if we can get a secret garden at the observatory. Am I going the right way? At the observatory door, well, I did say I might want to get a dead end there. How do I want to play this? How do I want to play this? I still don't want to get a freezer. So I'm just gonna draft this door. If it's unlocked, so be it. But I'm kind of hoping it's locked, so I can use a secret garden key here. It's not locked. All right, so all right. For Ladyship's Chamber, we don't really need at this point. If we were getting a telescope, yeah, we've got a bunch of observatories, but those, the telescope doesn't get us extra stars. Doesn't get us extra stars, so yeah, that's, I don't really care about the items anymore from the observatories. I might just spend a few rerolls here because we have them, because these rooms don't really interest me. Casino is whatever. I don't know what interests me. Probably a tomorrow room. I don't want to take security here. I'd rather get it on rank 8. I don't know exactly what I'm rerolling for. Not a break room. Not the pool either. Don't need the resources. If we get down to where the sauna is like the only room left to add to our blue tents memo collection, we'll think about that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not really... I just have so many gems. I might as well just keep rerolling until I get something that I'm interested in. The laboratory, at this point, I don't even really care about experiment because there's nothing left to draft. So I'm just kind of hoping for like a planetarium or something. Geist bedroom is more rerolls. We have just infinite rerolls. Good God. I'd rather get a tomorrow room here. We're never going to spend all these rerolls. There's a clock tower. Happy to take a clock tower. Cool. And that even gets our streak up to 9. So, I mean, it keeps counting the streak. Is there something to that? Oh, this is bugged. Is there something... Do we want to keep counting the streak? Is there some secret hidden achievement or unlock if we keep going? Why else would it keep counting? It does make me wonder, should I just keep drafting blue rooms and see what happens? Is this note, is it going to be clear at some point what this note is supposed to be used for? Is it going to become clear? I do not know. All right, I took another short little break and I decided that I want to pick up the chronograph now. I think this is where I do want it. because we're at a point where the rewind feature actually could be very handy. And maybe I should have had it before this. The rewind feature is very good. I just didn't want to crowd things out with tomorrow rooms just yet. But now I think we can. I think we're able to... I think we're at a point where I'm okay picking up a freezer. If we get a freezer next to the boiler room, I think I would actually... In fact, what I was thinking I might do is I might actually go for... Now that we have, like, multiple dining rooms in play as well, and the fact that you can rewind, we're actually going to... We can try to take a shot at something like a gallery. Because we can ultimately settle for something like a dining room or maybe even a freezer. As opposed to going for a break room or a classroom. Just a regular old elbow room that we could theoretically get here at the foundation any old day. Maybe, maybe not. But I think what I want to do is I want to draft from the den. All that to say, I'm going to draft from the den. And we're going to see what happens. We still have so many rerolls. So many rerolls. See, there's the break room, of course. The first room that shows up. This is not going to be it. I still want to draft a conservatory if I can help it. Interestingly, this door was not locked either, so we didn't even have the option to get the secret garden here if we had wanted. Oh well, we are re-rolling. Conference room we could settle for if we absolutely have to. So this is where we would rewind to the conference room, but it's not where we hope to end up. We would prefer to end up at something like a gallery or a freezer if I have to. But we're going to redraw here. A mail room. We've already gotten the note in this room, right? And our package has been delivered. Woo, we're saved. We have already got the mail room, though. So it's not a tomorrow room that I'm interested in. Workshop as well, even though it gets us to rank 9. I don't care as much about that. Rewind. The conference room gets us to rank 9 already. So, I mean, maybe I should have taken the workshop instead, because I don't need the conference room either at this point, so I could have just gotten the item from the workshop. That could have been useful. It's fine. We'll redraw. Ballroom we've already done. We've already done all of these rooms. And I don't want to go through the ballroom. So don't keep that as your room that goes to rank 9. I still want my gems. Yo. We actually got a rumpus room. Are you flippin' kidding me? I mean, snap pick. I don't even have to think about that one. And our streak goes to 10 as well. We actually got a rumpus room on rank 8. Alzara, do you come to life? Are you ever going to come back to life? We actually got into a rumpus room on rank 8. Okay, give me my coins. Maybe those will be handy, especially if we get a freezer. There's even more to find, apparently. More coins. Metal detector, thank you. Okay, blue memo. Blue memo. It's so funny now with a room like the boiler room where the memo was just smacked. It probably was the exact same situation as the aquarium. The X marks the spot in the aquarium. Yep, there it is, right there. The X marks the spot that I just walked by so many times. The real Alzara was an Arajan soothsayer who belonged to the royal court of Ares. Oh my god, this guy was an actual person? He was banished from the realm in the 15th year of Igera for a prophecy that did not come to pass. Why does it say the 15th year of Igera? I'm getting mixed up a little bit with like Araja. There's the Ajera, right? Like we've got on the Royal Scepter. Aegirin. But then on this note, you've got Aegirin. Or Aegir. I don't know how it's pronounced. Nobody says it. I've never heard anybody say it. So I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm just guessing. But I feel like these things are spelled slightly differently, but maybe also mean the same thing. I don't know. He got banned for not for a prophecy that didn't come to pass. Bro, talk about a professional hazard. You better be right with those, with that fortune telling, or you're out of my kingdom, dork. What in the heck? The real Alzara. That's crazy. I love these little, they feel like lore notes and nothing more, but you know, I'm a Dark Souls player. I'm an Elden Ring player. I like my you know, little item descriptions and room descriptions that have these tiny morsels of backstory. The real Alzara. At some point, we're gonna have to rewatch the cutscenes from Alzara, and maybe they will make sense. Maybe someday. Okay, we still have rerolls, so we want to get a conservatory. Can't use my special key here, unfortunately, but at least I don't think I can. I don't think I want to. I mean, if it did work for some odd reason, we would be able to open the antechamber, so I guess this would be fine, but I don't think it does. No. So, conservatory. Hopefully. I could settle for a... No, I don't need to settle for a break room. What am I thinking? We're not on rank 8 anymore, so I don't need to settle for any of these. Redraw. Don't need to settle for... I could settle for a casino, potentially. It would let me roll. So that might be one to rewind to. I would not settle for any of these. So rewind. I would not settle for any of these. This is a pretty simple iteration to go through here. I don't think we're so late in the draft. I don't need to pick up a terminal for either experiments or to check staff announcements. We can do that tomorrow. The staff announcements are not going to expire, so no reason to pick these up. Planetarium is one I could consider settling for, just to give me the chance at stars. But we already have a break room. And we did pretty good getting our star count back up today. 3 observatories and 2 aquariums. We kind of took full advantage of the chamber, I think. So yeah. Wait, was it 3 observatories? Hold on. Yeah, okay. I did not miscount. I don't think we need the planetarium. And we're still really good on steps, so we shouldn't need the apple from the pantry, even though apples are extra delicious. But I suppose at the same time, I would rather get steps than spin the wheel at the casino. So maybe I would settle for either the pantry or the classroom. The classroom would give me more rerolls, so I could settle for that. Fine. I'll keep the classroom there as a fallback option. Freezer. Do I take the freezer now? And then we say the only room that I have left is the rotunda room, the rotunda door. We've done everything we can on, we've done our streak. We've pushed our streak as far as it can pretty much go today, because we're not going to open up the antechamber. So, like, yeah, we want a conservatory. Oh, but here's what I could do. I could keep re-rolling, right? I could keep the freezer here as a fallback. Because if I don't get a conservatory, I really don't care about getting anything else in this corner. So that's what we do. That's why we have the rewind. Now the freezer locks in as the fallback. Cool. And no pun intended. Because freezer. Okay. Yeah. Rewind. Last study reroll. But then I think we're just gonna start dipping into those dice, which we've not done yet. We still haven't. Have we used a single die roll today at all? I do want to get a conservatory. I'm not so desperate for a freezer if it's not on rank 8. Even if, 35 gems is nice to carry over to tomorrow, but we still have 10 dice. That's all there is to it. There's still 10 dice. So you keep taking the chances. I don't know if I spend every single one of my dice here, but I probably do, because this is pretty much the last room. The rotunda is the only other one, and it's not going to get us a conservatory. So the only thing is our gems would be frozen, right? But I can't think of a room that I want to spend all my dice on, so I'm fine spending the dice here. Now I have to also realize that our Banner of the King is in effect. So the chances of getting a conservatory here are actually feeling pretty slim. All things considered, maybe we'll take one more shot at it. Maybe 2. Because we would have 4 dice. If I do one more, I have 4 dice left, and that's like probably more than I would need. Like maybe I get a duplicate clock tower, maybe not. I do want multiple break rooms or multiple tomorrow rooms for my clock tower. I suppose that's a good thing. We have the clock tower. We have 2. No, we only have 1 break room. So we actually haven't drafted that many tomorrow rooms yet. Okay, so with that, I'll save the rest of my dice, because we're not gonna have any more rerolls from if I take a freezer, and that is what I will do. Freezer will be it. Yep. Brr. 11 in a row. Does that matter? Does that matter? I still can't believe we actually got a rumpus room. That's a cool one, man. That one makes me happy. There's no reason to go in the freezer, though, I don't think. So, but it's also, I have 73 steps, so why not just look? Everything's frozen, though. Where would that blue memo have been? We're gonna have to find it one day. But yeah, the freezer is freezing, so get the hell out of here. And go draft the last room that you can, and then we have a tunnel to check out. We have a new door that has opened for us. I just gotta find my way back and finish out the draft, and then we will attend to that business. But finding your way around this house sometimes is not the easiest. Presumably we're coming back to the break room to finish our day as we do usually, but we'll see. Who knows what we're gonna find? Who knows what lies behind door number blue? Haha. That was dumb. Why'd I say that? Could the family vault be there? Where the hell is the family vault? Okay, nothing matters here if it's not a tomorrow room. More dice, please. No. The casino we can't do anything with, so redraw. There's no fallback here to worry about until we actually get a tomorrow room. Chronograph, help me out. That's a code check. Okay, so that's our fallback. If, I mean, I could check one of my items here. I may just want this code check, but we might as well just spend our dice because there's nothing left to draft, right? So we might as well just weigh our options if there are any to be weighed. Oh, now you give me the gallery. Oh, now you give me the gallery. They gave us the rumpus room, though. I think we did good, guys. We did actually study, throne, chamber, boiler, rumpus. That is one hell of a 5 for 5, you gotta say. We done good. Day 60 was a good one. The gallery I'm not picking. I don't need the steps from the dining room. I hope I don't. Who knows what crazy business we're getting into behind the blue crested door, but I don't think I'm going to need more than 64 steps for whatever we're doing today. So go back to my tomorrow room above the clock tower, and we'll take one more stab here at... Yo, what in the hell? Okay, actually, what in the hell? Huh? If I draft 2 rumpus rooms, surely that causes some sort of like tear in the space-time continuum. It's not possible. What am I seeing on my screen right now? 2 Alzaras? The universe is not large enough to contain duplicate Alzaras. This has been a weird one, that's for sure. There's no reason to pick our mailroom to deliver our package today when our draft is over. We haven't delivered any new notes there with our experiment. There's part of me that is so curious to see like maybe the game would actually break if 2 rumpus rooms actually existed on the estate at the same time. I don't see why that would happen though. I don't have any... There's been no clues to indicate that something good is supposed to happen because you drafted 2 rumpus rooms. So it's a funny thing to think about. But we're gonna be the responsible drafter and min-max our item and resource usage to make sure we have keys for tomorrow. And also an item. What do I want to check here? Chronograph? No, emerald bracelet, right? Right? That's the one. It's got to be the emerald bracelet. Because you get that thing right off the bat and you don't even have to wait for a showroom. That is so dope. Yeah. I guess the reason I've never done that before is because I usually check the crown here. For a long time, we had been checking the crown because it's harder to get to. But the emerald bracelet is not a bad call at all. Yeah, that's the one that makes sense out of these, I think. Okay, guys, our draft is... The drafting portion of the episode probably took longer than it should, as pretty much every day that you're drafting here with Akinar, it's gonna be... You're gonna... not going anywhere for a while. Grab a Snickers and watch some blueprints, because it's going to take a minute. But we can actually just go this way, because we actually did connect ourselves back to the start of our draft. The house is fully connected, if you will. And we can just head right out here. And we see what we've got in our tunnel. Now, I did remember during my last break, I have to go grab these microchips. Not gonna forget this time. I'm so excited though. Oh, new discovery. We are on the precipice. That always freaks me out a little bit too when the lights change like that when you take out the first microchip. New discovery though. Could it be? Oh, we're here in the grotto. Okay, sorry. One thing I want to try real quick, but I think we tried this before. We got a staff announcement. That's what it was. That clued us in to Simon's admin key that they were theoretically going to add. But I feel like we tried this at some point in the past and it didn't work. I don't think this should work. Admin not found. Okay. That's just a little note that we're going to add it for you. King Simon is how we should be addressed. But the staff hasn't quite caught on yet. We'll clue them in when the time is right. But King Simon is not yet. He doesn't have admin privileges. He may have a lot of things. A lot of things may be true about Simon, but Admin privileges ain't one of them. Except that's not really true either, because how many other admin logins do we know that have gotten us the useful information that we've wanted? Okay. Dramatic, slow walk, RP walk around the corner. Well, oh, I forgot. Never mind. It's not a slow walk yet, because we have to insert the microchips first. And then we will see our first glimpse. Oh, okay. So you actually do have to like walk up and approach the door. What the hell? A parlor game? There's a parlor game in this unknown room. And a whole bunch of fancy blue curtains. What? Okay. I'm going to check the curtains here just to make sure that the Wizard of Oz isn't hanging out behind one of them. But, okay. There's a parlor game. A rather curious wind-up key. Whoa. You have reached the end of your journey? Could be true, could be false. Something tells me that it's false. Something tells me that we're not really done. There are 2 true boxes in this room. Okay. Well, that could be true, that could be false. There is no end to this journey. What? We have to choose which one to open? Okay. Wrap your head around this one, folks. I'm guessing there are no gems in any of these boxes. My first thought is what is inside of the boxes. I really have no idea. My first guess is like some sort of special new key. But if it is a key, to what door? What door gets opened? Cat Laserbrain is also getting distracted by the presence of letters over here. Why are there letters in this section of the wall? What? Why is there an O and like part of a V and an S? What? Huh? Why does that? And it's duplicated over here because the feature's getting, or the asset's getting reused. What? What? Okay. So I have no idea what could be in these parlor boxes. And I also have no idea which one is true and which one is false. Are they even, should we presume, is it too much to presume the same restrictions from the parlor game? Only one box actually has something in it, and there has to be at least one true and at least one false. Seems reasonable, given what we've done this entire game so far. You have reached the end of your journey. We have been talking about this, haven't we? I have been saying how I have been hoping that the game would present some sort of natural conclusion. And we did reach such a seminal moment by ascending the throne. This really felt kind of like a sort of true ending moment to the game. But there was still more to do. There was still a door to unlock, and I couldn't help myself. But now we're here. Could this really be the end of the journey? Because there could be 2 true boxes in this room. This could be a false one. There is no end to this journey. I mean, that's got to be false, right? Every journey comes to an end. And that would make this probably have to be true. No, not necessarily. This could be true or it could be false. But even if you do figure out if you're able to deduce the veracity of these boxes, which one do you open? It feels like it's got to be this one, doesn't it? It's a blue box. After we have ascended to the throne of the Blue Prince, and we've opened 8 blue doors, or drafted 8 blue rooms in a row, and we've opened the sealed blue door, and there are blue curtains all around. And there's a blue box saying you have reached the end of your journey. Is this the only time that I'm ever going to be able to use this wind-up key? Does this game reset the very next day? Could I theoretically open all 3 of these boxes eventually, depending on what day I come here? I have questions. But I think there's really nothing else to do here but try to open one of these boxes. And the only one that makes sense to me, my, call it what you will, my gamer instinct, perhaps I'm being led to this conclusion as well. The game has led me here to say there's really only one box that makes sense in this moment. Let's do it. The Blue Prince by Mary Matthew Jones. To my son Simon, in whose eyes I see the world anew. There was a blue prince who sat on a blue throne. He had a blue crown made of sapphires and a blue castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things blue. It's the only true color in my humble view. He couldn't stand the tint of a hallway or a shop. He couldn't stand the shade of trees the green rooms brought. And the colors in the background here: shops, green rooms, hallways. I've only got eyes for blue rooms. He seldom talked to others, for they rarely shared this view. He never went to town, nor saw the flags they flew. The red flags there in Reddington. And do you know which game the prince instead would play? The one that made him happy whenever skies were gray? I recognize this box. A game he had played in the house and on the grounds. And maybe you can guess from the clues that we have found. It was a game full of rooms and the stories that we climb, about a house full of lies and the truth that one prince finds. All of the red memos all around. Oh God, it just now, of course, makes so much glaring sense. How did I never make this connection before? but it's a meta commentary, if that's the right phrase. Fenaries and all of its lies, the red memos, the one blue memo of truth in between them all that the Blue Prince looks towards. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this game is quite near you. In fact, in the same room. A game about you and the plans that you made, about a blue prince and his blue prince, the blue game we just played. The end. No flippin' way. No flippin' way. Unreal. Unreal. She actually wrote a counterpart. Or maybe this was the true. She wrote The Red Prince. But this is the transition that Simon has gone through, right? We see it in the ending, the first ending, where he only sees red. He's grown up the good Fenaries boy. But slowly but surely, the truth is revealed. And the true blue prince inside, to my son Simon, in whose eyes I see the world anew. She actually wrote a book called The Blue Prince. I'm almost tearing up a little bit at how beautiful this is. Now, there's no scepter in this sketch here. There's no cursed effigy. I wonder if the cursed effigy is really just... Is it sort of like there's symbolism there to... Because it's also associated with red. When you get cursed, you have to live with that red specter hanging over you. And maybe that's another meta commentary, if I'm even using that phrase correctly, about Fenaries. The curse of the Fenaries tyranny or ruling order, whatever it might be. We know that our mother didn't like it. She wasn't happy with it. And she along with Herbert, she set up this whole experience, this whole inheriting the estate and then going through, it's a great premise for a game, having to go through all of these layers of puzzle solving, drafting. What a remarkable experience when you think about it. When you think about, even with the frustrations that I have had with certain aspects of the game, it's also hard to deny that this game is truly something else. There really is no game quite like this that I have played. Obviously, there are similarities, and I can point to things from other games, concepts and ideas that may have been adapted to this environment. But the way that it has been constructed within the universe of Blue Prince is just, it's amazing. And I have loved it. And it's also kind of amazing that this is how it ends. It literally says, the end. Unreal. Unreal. Let me just, I'm gonna, just for the sake of completionism here, of course, I have to take screenshots of all this. Because who knows? It may not truly be the end of things. But I have been asking for the game. Oops. I have been asking for the game to say, hey, if you're at a point, where you've done all that you can or all that you reasonably want to do in the game, and you're looking for a spot to kind of wrap things up, we're going to give you one. We're going to give it to you loud and clear. And wow, what a great, it's just so fitting. The piano there playing as you go page to page, and then each of these sketches that kind of echoes the previous ones that you've seen from the Red Prince. And then the red versus blue memos. Still cracks me up thinking about Mist. Bring me the red memos. I can just hear Cirrus and Achenar. Bring me the blue memos. And it leads you eventually to the blue box in the last parlor game. And the Blueprints manuscript. We got to get this thing published, guys. This is the first decree of King Simon. The manuscript must be published. Man, I'm also curious to know what's in the other boxes. Maybe we will do that on a different day. Maybe that will be the case. But guys, I think this is where we're going to wrap up Blueprints. I think this is it. I'm going to go ahead and toggle my... I'm going to do my slow walk here. But obviously, I recognize that there is still more that could be done. There are more Blue Tents memos to be collected. And there's also a family core. I do have to say that the family core mystery, and there's also a family vault. So there are mysteries, and the fact that the throne talks about the fact that there are potentially other blue sealed doors somewhere to find. It does feel like there is more to the game. So I have to leave that possibility out there. But at the same time, I do have to admit that this is a game that I've been playing for quite some time. And I think I do need, at the very least, a break from it. If this is not truly the end of where we, if there are still things that I do want to accomplish eventually, at the very least, I think this is where we're going to wrap up this big, it's hard to call it a chapter. This is not really a chapter of Blueprints because we've been playing it for so many days now. It's way more than a chapter at this point. But I think this is where we are going to, at least for some time, we're going to bring things to it's what the game has given us as a natural conclusion. And what I will do is I will leave it open to you all in the comments to not necessarily tell me, oh, here's what else you should do later on when you do come back to the game, if and when you come back to the game. Because that's not how we've handled it this whole time. You guys have been awesome about not spoiling anything or giving things away prematurely, nudging me as subtly as possible in the right direction to get us where we need to go. So I'm going to leave the door open, especially when it comes to the big mysteries of the family crest. And we know there's like something you've got to do with the core and the numbers from the crest in the wine cellar. We know that there's this overall mystery to put together, but I don't have a good idea of how I would tackle that other than just continuing to collect Blue Tents memos. And for the moment, I have to say that that is not enough of a reason for me to not want to take a break from the game. We're just at that point now with 60 days under our belt where I at least need to play some other games. And I'm excited about some other games that I have in mind to do here on the channel. But I also don't want to completely close the book on Blueprints forever. So I hope that all makes sense. I think this is a good spot for us to quote unquote wrap up Blueprints, reaching the end of the book that's literally called The Blueprints. What a great reveal. Getting to do, this was just an amazing draft. Like, what can you say about it? We got the throne at just the right place. Imagine we got it actually at rank 8. And then the rest of it fell together pretty easily because we had the study online and we had done the laundry room, like we had set ourselves up in a good position. But then you go past that sealed door and it's one more parlor game. And the Blueprints manuscript. We're calling it a day in the break room because there is potentially a day 61 in front of us at some point. I just don't know when that will be. But like I said, this overall mystery about when it comes to the wine cellar, the family crest, or the family vault, I should say, where the hell is the family vault? I don't necessarily want to be told exactly where to find the family vault, but if you all have some good nudges, as you guys have been experts at, that would help us maybe the next time that we revisit this game. And who knows, maybe this could be a game that we decide to do like a stream or something in the future. There's always this possibility. Streaming is not my regular go-to, but every once in a while, especially for games that we have played in the past and I want to revisit, streaming feels like a good way to kind of break that back open. So anyway, we're going to call it a day for day 60, which is, for now, the end of Blueprints. It actually was literally the end of the book, Blueprints. Just the way they did this, mwah, chef's kiss. What an amazing, fantastic, lovely video game. And look at this architect's castle of unfathomable riches. Bro, we're not just the Blue King or Prince or whatever you want to call us. We're Scrooge McDuck over here rolling around in our piles of gold on the Mount Holly lawn. 7 drafting rooms, a throne room, a vault, a treasure trove, and a trophy room. Hey, by the way, I'm just maybe a technicality, but there's 2 trophy rooms here. Hello? Don't sell me short. Goddamn. Could not have asked for a better way for us to actually reach. They made it an actual book. I'm still getting over that. The fact that it was so picture perfect. Our mom left us one final manuscript that nobody else knows about. We shall see at what point, if and when we revisit Blueprints, but for now, I want to say thank you all so much for being here. If you have enjoyed the series so far, consider doing the YouTube thing and hitting those buttons down below. And there's also a Discord link if you want to join there and hang out in the Discord. And I'm so excited to see what is coming next on the channel, but also, this game has been so good. It has been so good. I want to get back to it at some point in the future. But for now, we're gonna close it at this awesome stopping point. And even though we almost ended up with double rumpus rooms, Alzara at some point beckons us back. We'll see when that happens. But for now, thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.